Welcome back for another video. It's the last FPL video for a long while. It's going to be a short and sweet one to bring you up to speed with everything you need to know about the World Cup and its impact on FPL, including some changes to the game to be aware of. Some of you may know all of this already, but I've had a lot of questions in the comments about the World Cup, so this one's for you. So first of all, we now have unlimited transfers which came after the Game Week 16 deadline, and these will last all the way till the Game Week 17 deadline on the 26th of December. You might be tempted to tinker with your team now over the break, but there are a couple of reasons why this might not be advisable, which I'll explain in a moment. Another thing to note is that price changes are frozen after the 13th of November, and this is good news because you won't need to monitor the price rises or the falls, so there's no need to play the market either. This will be interesting to come back to, as some players will have shifted in ownership significantly but remain the same price. You wouldn't be surprised if a player like Almiron doubles in ownership over that time, but no price changes. Price changes resume after the Game Week 17 deadline, so overnight heading into the 27th of December, business as usual after that point. Now the Premier League has mentioned something in their update which almost slipped under the radar, which is that transfers made over the break are added to your total transfers. So why does this matter? Well, for every transfer you make over the break, your total transfers on your FPL account will increase by 1 for the season. Transfers made are used as a tiebreaker when you're tied with another manager on points. So let's say, for example, you finish the season on 2,500 points and there's 500 other managers on the same points as you. Let's say if you tinkered with your team over the break a lot and you've got 150 transfers in total for the season. If those other 500 managers haven't tinkered, then you move to the bottom of them all in the rankings. Obviously this isn't significant if your season goals top 1 mil, top 500k, etc. But it's worth mentioning though, especially for those who want a top 1k or even top 10k finish. Besides overall rank, it's also used as a tiebreaker in standard mini leagues, excluding head-to-head or cup games, so it could even cost you a mini league if you're unlucky. So if you want to maximise your chances, you technically shouldn't touch your team until right before the deadline and only make necessary transfers then. As mentioned, price changes are frozen anyway, so you're not missing out. We do all love to tinker with our teams though, so if you'd like to do so, then there are some community tools like planfpl.com, fpl.team, which allow you to tinker with different drafts and teams and also forecast future game weeks. The last thing to mention, and I'll be amazed if this affects any active manager, is that you can technically roll a transfer over to Game Week 17. However, this only works if you don't make a single transfer over the break. Any manager that does that will have 2 free transfers after Game Week 17. Realistically, this will only be dead teams that do this though. You can play a bench boost, free hit or triple captain in Game Week 17 if you want, though I wouldn't advise this obviously, as we will get double and blank game weeks later in the season. In fact, potentially as soon as Game Week 19 for Arsenal and Man City, and perhaps some others. I'm sure many of you are waiting for a chance to triple captain Haaland in a double game week, which may not be too many game weeks away. If you don't care about the total transfer business and will be tinkering, the last tip is to be careful for players who have risen in price in your team. If there's any chance at all that you might get them back, then don't sell them, as you will lose money selling and buying back. And that wraps up the video. If it was useful, please drop it a like. I'll be making some World Cup content over the break, including a complete how to play guide for World Cup Fantasy, so make sure you subscribe for that. We've just launched a new channel as well, Focal Football, where I'll also be posting some original football content over the break. Link below to the other channel, go subscribe. See you soon for the next one.